Alright guys, so like I said, I was going to make another video of the FD here. I just want to give you guys an actual shot of the car and give you guys an in-depth tour of it, answer a couple questions, and just get you guys introduced to the car itself. Nothing too crazy here. So to start off, this car is a 93 FD Mazda RX-7. It's a base model. It's 5-speed. It originally came twin turbo. When I got the car, it was twin turbo. However, I changed that this past winter is whenever that got changed over to the single turbo. The car runs so much better now. The power band is very smooth, but it is very laggy. These cars just don't make any torque, and I mean, it's a pretty big turbo, so it takes a while to spool it up. I think I hit one bar around probably 4 to 4,200 RPM, so that's pretty bad. But it makes for a fun car whenever that boost hits pretty hard. The car is Montego blue, factory color. The car had been repainted once before. It was repainted by the previous owner along with the Veilside body kit. If you saw Ryan's video over on Pure Function, he showed you guys the Veilside side skirts. I actually have the bumper here with me as well. That's the front bumper. The rear bumper's in the basement. However, that's a very 90s style. So whenever I got the car, first things first, I pulled the bumpers and the side skirts off. I cleaned it up a little bit. Had the front bumper repainted, had the rear bumper polished, but it just didn't look right. I needed some sort of side skirts, and I had them. I couldn't get rid of them, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it unique, and I threw them back on. However, I've still got the stock rear bumper on it. I have a diffuser, and the front bumper actually was warped, so I sold it, and now I have another bumper. That's why it's purple. And I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the Veilside bumper, front bumper. It uses the 99 spec JDM front lights. I was looking for a Veilside tag, but I don't see one. The rear bumper has it, and so does the side skirts. I don't know, that might be backwards to you guys. I'm using the front-facing camera. But let me switch around here. Just kidding, can't. So with the base model, you get the cloth seats. For the most part, the interior of this car is pretty clean. I changed a few things that I liked. You know, the steering wheel, the shift knob, the boots, factory radio. I changed it out with a double DIN touchscreen head unit. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's just, you know, aftermarket generic thing. Some gauges. It's pretty clean in here. It's a very nice, cozy car. It's very fun. That's the main reason why I enjoy it. It's simple, it's clean, it's comfortable. So here's what mostly everybody's probably interested in. This is the engine bay. As you guys probably saw on Pure Function's page. And if you saw it before in Gears and Gasoline's video, it was still the factory twin turbos, and I had the front mount intercooler, and I don't know, it just didn't look right back then. So 2 years later almost, here we are. Single turbo's in as promised, and V-mount is in. Need to do some ducting work and get some stuff refinished to make it, you know, acceptable for me, but I'm not going to change it. I love the car. So, you know, I'll give you guys numbers straight up. The car makes 356 at 14 pounds. With a stock map sensor, that's all the further I can go. 400 is just like, you know, I could hit that if I really wanted to, but, you know, the car is great now. If I get a new map sensor, that means I got to run meth. I have the meth kit, just got to install it. But yeah, I mean, to hit 450 even is no stretch. You know, this car will take it, no problem. But anything above that is really when you start to get some problems. Oh, look. The crank, I'm sorry, the E shaft pulley, if that's what you want to call it. It gathers rocks and stuff in there because the way the V-mount's set up, it shoots it right in. Yeah, so the car makes 356 to the wheels on 14 pounds. Very reliable setup. You know, it's not putting any pressure on the car. It'll move if I want it to. The car's only, I want to say, around 2,900 pounds as it sits without me in it. Yeah, so here's the you guys saw the bumper, but here is the carbon fiber hood. In the future, you'll see whenever I get the paint work done how I'm going to paint it. The whole vent here, that's all going to be taped off, so you're not going to, the whole hood is going to be color matched except for where the vent comes out. I like the look of carbon fiber, but it just doesn't look right having all that carbon. With how the fenders come up in the bumper, it really throws off the shade of the car. So I'm going to try to keep it all colored. Yeah, I mean, I got the car mostly stock, like I said. You know, there's a lot more to it. I'll go a lot more in depth once I get the real camera out. I'm using my cell phone right now, so just to get some more footage out, get used to being in the camera again. Give you guys a rundown on the car itself. That way you guys know what I've got. Have a little bit more interest in what it is and maybe have more questions about it in specific. You know, what it's like to own a rotary, I don't know. It's great. There's not much difference, you know, as far as owning the car. I mean, the main thing is you got to run. I think I used it all. I use it's a rotary specific premix that I mix into the tank. I put about 6 ounces per tank because I still have the oil injectors for it. Yeah, it's all gone, which means I have to order some. $64 a gallon, give or take, depending on what brand you get. There's only a couple that I would trust. Pettit Racing makes the ProTech R, and then Idemsu makes their own, which was formulated specifically for the rotary. But yeah, so I mean, just run premix in the car. Make sure that you don't run out of oil because it burns naturally. So, you know, just make sure you got the right level of oil. It's really bright in here. Also, you know, keep your eye on the temps. Make sure it doesn't get overheated. Yeah, other than that, the car's not any different than any other car. I mean, especially with the turbo, you're supposed to let your car warm up a little bit. You know, you want to get the oil running through there. That way you're not running the turbo dry. And, you know, if the metals are expanding at different rates, that in general just isn't good for the car and your bearings and everything. So, you know, just let your car warm up a little bit, run the premix. Hey, there's Jake. I think that's my cue to leave, so we're going to start drinking for the night, and that's it.